Welcome, one and everyone, to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. We've got a fantastic show for you today. I am your neighborhood friendly Oxhorn here, as always, with what? My suspenders, these bad boys, set to maximum stun. Fantastic show for you today, lots to get through, and even more importantly, a fantastic cigar. Now, for those of you who don't know, fans submit cigars and scotch to this fine program. I don't have to go out and buy them myself because you and you alone support and finance this show with your scotch submissions and your cigar submissions. This was submitted by Ben Vogel and Father. They sent me this really nice letter complete with cut off hippie elf ears. Right? You can't get much better than that. Dragon Exile says fracking ads. Fracking adds additional greenhouse gases to the atmosphere because it releases gas in the soil. And anyway, yeah, sorry about the ads. Hope you didn't miss the very beginning of the channel. Yeah, I am actually live. Yes, I'm actually live. I'm at scotchandsmokerings.com and it's playing, so it's working. Right. Just to verify. Everyone can see me and hear my melodious voice. Yes, we all good? Okay, just great. I'm glad. Anyway, so I'm smoking this bad boy from Ben Vogel, and it's I told you guys this last week that he and his father made a mistake and accidentally left the receipt inside the box. At least I'm thinking it was a mistake, because surely no classy individual would show the person he's sending cigars to exactly how much he paid for those cigars. But to make a long story short, this was a very expensive cigar. I saved the best for last. I tend to do that. This is the best cigar that he sent. And just look at that. It's a tapered torpedo. It's a piece of craftsmanship. It is a work of art. I mean, most torpedoes, they're Churchill up until the very end, and they come to a very narrow tip. But this guy slants inwards, just like... my mouth is savoring at the majesty of this cigar. It is a Monte Cristo Epic. And okay, so for those who don't know, I don't know if you can see him. Hey, Gavin. Say hi to all the fans. You're on TV, buddy. Wave at all the people. Can you say hi to all the people? Wave at all the people. They love you. Oh, no. Can't do that. He's starting to get smart enough to open doors now. Don't open doors. Don't do that. Go play it. Go play it. Watch Sesame Street. I'm going to have to text his mama. Yes, my beautiful wife and my beautiful baby boy recently came home. They've been visiting their folks for 2.5 weeks. It's been a long time without my beloved family. What are you doing? Gavin, are you smushing your face against the glass? This kid is crazy. He's been gone for 2.5 weeks, and he comes back, and his voice has changed. His voice is... Everyone says bring him in. All right, I haven't lit my cigar yet, so... Come on, buddy. Come inside. Meet the fans again. Hey, yeah. Come over here. I know. All these exciting people. Come with me. All right, big boy. There. We haven't lit the cigar yet, so this is completely fine. Say hi to all of the people on the internets. Aren't they fascinating? Yeah, look at all of Daddy's messy cigar wrappers and stuff. Just pay no attention to those. Wave at all the people online. Say, there you go. There you go. That's a good boy. Let's see. Do we know any words? He doesn't know any words yet. Say mama. Say mama. Say mama. Can you say mama? Say dada. That's close. It's close to mama, I have to admit. His diction. He's making more baby gibberish. Yes. Every baby has their own arsenal of gibberish, and his changes from week to week. He came back with like 15 more consonants and vowels that he could say. Even though I know there are not 15 vowels, but anyway, you know what I mean. Oh, don't touch that. That's cigar ash. Well, baby boy, are you going to grow up to have a big beard like your daddy? Yes? Are you going to love hats? He already loves hats. He tries to take my hat off almost all the time. Thankfully, he hasn't tried right now. Yeah, no. Tell me a little bit more, buddy boy. What is your philosophy on life? What do you think about the world? Oh, that's Daddy's hat. See, here he goes. That's Daddy's hat. Don't take Daddy's hat. No, that's Daddy's hat. I'll get you one. I'll get you one, and it'll fit. But this is Daddy's hat, and it fits Daddy. No, don't touch the light bulb. That's hot. Whew, that's hot, buddy. Don't touch the light bulb, okay? All right, it is dangerous in this cave for men. We've got cigar ash and hot light bulbs and all sorts of crazy things, and he's got drool. So I'm going to set him back in there so that he can play with Sesame Street and his mommy and have conversations with his toys. So here we go. Everybody say bye to little Gavin. Gavin, say bye to all the fans. Say bye, fans. We love you. Yeah. All right. Say bye-bye. Can you wave? Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. No? All right, he just wants to twist around in my arms. Oh, my goodness. Come on, buddy. It's getting heavy. Ugh. All right, I'm placing him down in here. You might need to entertain him so I can do the show. Entertain him so that I can do the show. All right. There we go. So, sorry about that. I will try not to have any more interruptions because we have quite a show to get through today. We've got cigars and scotch. And more cigars and more scotch. And this particularly beautiful cigar. Have I told you how beautiful this cigar is? It's got some sort of strange form of cursive on here. Oh. Yes, shawarma. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say shawarma. I'm supposed to say he who cannot be named. I don't know why I'm not supposed to name his name, but I saw on our Facebook group that shawarma is now he who cannot be named. So, yeah, I don't know why, but there we go. So, good to see you there, he who cannot be named, and everybody else. William Moore's in the chat. Good to see you, William. How old is he, if you don't mind me asking? He asks. 17 months old now. Yes, he's getting up there. He's going to be an ancient, aged man pretty soon. Greg McLovin Hartung says, Hewikabun. Yes, he who cannot be named should be Hewikabun for the sake of expediency. I'm a cute little hardcore kitten. Good to see you here, my friend. Says Oxhorn, it is who shall not be named. He who. It is he who shall not be named. Not who shall not be named. That would be upsetting. Or Dr. Seussian. I don't even know. Alright. Let's see how this one draws. Oh. That has a nice draw to it. Oh. Denhillas and Dostu say hey man and hey dude respectively. Pleasure to see you, fellas. Look at that. Usually when I snip off the end of a Churchill, it kind of frays a little bit and you'll get a little potpourri of tobacco in your mouth. But so far not with this bad boy, because this is a quality Monte Cristo. He who shall not be named says, I do not have a doctorate. I am only a master. Makes sense. Well, I hope everybody's having a great week. Despite all the crazy news that goes on in the world, and malls being blown up by weirdos, and people standing and talking for 21 hours straight because they like the sound of their own voice, apparently, and all of the other crazy things that are happening in the world of politics and international relations and economies and markets At least we have Thursday night at 7 o'clock, where we can all come together, regardless of our political, religious, or otherwise beliefs of some sort, and smoke cigars and drink a little scotch and wax nostalgic about the days of yore and the world of Warcraft before it became filled with pandas and so forth. Today for our scotch, do we have any Glenfiddich left? Any Glenfiddich left? Oh, look at that. We have a little dollop of gold in the corner of this bottle. That is good news. Time to finish off this bottle of Glenfiddich. William Moore says, Dear Oxhorn, how is your brother faring? I hope to see him on the show soon. So, here's a bit of news for you all. My brother is faring very well. He just started his third year of college. He's getting his degree in computer engineering. That's why you haven't seen him so quite as frequently as he used to come on the show. Cheers, everybody. Bottoms up. Liquid wonder. Anyway, he's working on his degree in computer engineering. And for those who follow me on Twitter and Facebook, you realize that he recently got engaged. And his wedding is coming up. Everything is happening all at once for this guy. He's working on his degree. He's getting engaged. He's getting married. And of course, it's up to me to throw the gentleman a bachelor party. So, Greg McLovin Hartung says, I want to go so bad. Buddy, if you were up here, you would be there. We've got trust me, I am planning my brother a fantastic bachelor party. I already checked the details with him, so it's not a secret anymore. But I am renting a yacht. I found a guy who lives in Seattle. He's got this big old fisherman boat. It's huge and it's painted bright blue. Kind of garish, but it's a huge boat and he's got the appropriate licenses. And so we're going to go out to sea for 3 hours. I do realize that it's a 3-hour tour, but I'm not a fan of Gilligan, so I have no worries. Although I am a fan of Skipper. But we're going out for a 3-hour tour, and we're going to tool around Lake Union and Lake Washington and go through the Ballard Locks, and then we're going to smoke cigars, and we're going to drink dark beers, and maybe even a little scotch. Gavin's at this window now. Hi, Gavin. Hi, buddy. Don't bang on the window. It's going to break. Hey, little man. Aw. It's making me feel bad for being in here. Anyway, so we're going to have a fantastic time on this boat. And then we're going to go bar hopping around Seattle. No seedy bars, no nasty places. We are going to go to pubs of refinement in downtown Seattle. If anyone has suggestions, I am open for suggestions. And we will be drinking gentlemanly brews and smoking gentlemanly stogies and just having a grand old time. So that is going to be the bachelor party. I've been working, trying to get all the details together. And so, yeah, we've all been busy, but that's what my brother is up to. And I hope that he can come on the show soon. Maybe before he gets married, but who knows? Maybe the next time you see him, he will be a married individual. Oh, gosh, Kevin. Stop that. Stop that, buddy. You got to play with your toys. He has all of these toys, and he's got the TV and Sesame Street and video games. And what does he want to do? He wants to sit at this window and bang on it. Buddy. So, just so that everyone knows, when it comes to bachelor parties, we don't do anything crass. So there are no girls of the evening. So if you have suggestions, that's the kind of classy establishments I would love to go to. I don't understand. Okay. I will take your suggestion under advisement. Thank you very much. Yeah, he's trying to break the window down. That's exactly what he's doing. And now he's chewing on the windowsill. Gavin! Gavin, buddy. Alright, I gotta text his mom. Please. Get Gavin. Oh, there we go. Looks like she beat me to it. Awesome. Shawarma says, check Twitter. I sent a wonderful link for a classy entertainment suggestions. Thank you very much. I will go through all of those after the show. Holy Cow says, Gavin is warning you of impending danger. Yeah, probably. The Mongols are coming. And only Gavin knows, and he's trying to let us know. This is an exemplary cigar. Wow. I wish you could taste this. Thank you, Ben. You and your father have excellent taste. Esmer says, during my brother's bachelor party, we played Skip-Bo and Uno and enjoyed some fine beverages. That sounds fun. I'm glad you guys had a good time. I can tell you that card games are probably not going to be involved in our foray into whatever it is we're going to be doing. We're going to be too busy with other pursuits, like dark beer and fine cigars. Slurm King says, Oxhorn, haven't seen you in a while. Pleasure to see you, Slurm King. I take it that you're a fan of Futurama? If so, you're in good company. I also am a fan of Futurama. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you submitted some fantastic fan art to the show, and it would be remiss of me to not show this wonderful, amazing fan art. So let me see if I can find it here. All right, here we go. Here's the first one. This is by Ryu, and he says, who else thinks that this is the most amazing title Blizzard ever made? And I know you can't read this. It's really small. But the title basically says, Name, Slayer of Stupid, Incompetent, and Disappointing Minions. But, yeah, that's pretty great. Is that... I mean, I don't even know. If that's real, then I gotta hand it to Blizzard. That's a pretty great title. And it's huge. So, I'd hate to be in a crowd of people who had that title. That's one thing. Next up is this by Autumn. And it says, I'm sure there's way more references than these two, but I didn't have time before school. Blizzard officially loves Oxhorn. And she shows this Red Snapper quest. Grab a net, young shaman. Our people need sustenance. Red Snapper. Very tasty. That's right. I think that was the very first reference to either me or Weird Al Yankovic that they placed in the game. And then here, of course, is the Greater Oxhorn inscription. Indeed. That's hard to deny. So thank you for that one, Autumn. And then here's this one from Zueko Wolfenstein. And it says Oxhorn as Lord Elo Mortus Enlock. I guess I don't get it. But that's probably my fault because I never played Cataclysm. The caption says, this is what my friend and I composed for the great Oxhorn. We are looking forward to having him participate in a WoW Machinima horror movie, Captured. Hope you all like the pick. I don't recall ever saying I would be involved in a World of Warcraft horror movie. So this is all coming as news to me. If you see me in a horror movie someday, it was probably shot while I was drugged and kidnapped someplace nasty. So I don't know anything about that, but thank you very much for the fan art there. And then there's, let's see. There's this one, and this has some great news. Cranius. Okay, so surely everyone knows Cranius. I don't have to tell you who Cranius is. If you follow Machinima and you love Machinima songs, you probably know who both Cranius and Legs are. Anyway, they make an excellent team. She is from Sweden or Norway. It's either Sweden or Norway. I don't know. And he works at a digital technology company here in Seattle. That's totally not distracting. Anyway, they met online and they made movies together, right? Well, he asked her to marry him. And here is his proposal. It's this beautiful painting. His character and her character on a steed in Nagrand. And he says, will you marry me? And she said yes. There it is. There's her yes right there. She says, oh my God, yes. Thank you so much. It was a big surprise, she says. Look at this. A marriage proposal done in public in front of all of their fans. That takes boldness. That is amazing. So huge, huge congrats to he and Legs. I'll share this around later, everybody, so that you guys can see it. What is going on behind me? Jody, can you get him, please? All right. There we go. So there's that. Next on the list is this, submitted by Axel. And it says, an alarm clock wakes you to the smell of cooking bacon. And here we have a nice wooden alarm clock in the shape of a pig. And it cooks bacon in this tray. I have to admit, I would totally use that if I had one. That does sound like an Oxhorn invention. So thank you for that one. And then we have this submitted by Ryu. And he says, me and Volker Pispers, one of the most famous German cabaret artists. So he met a very famous German cabaret artist. So major congrats to him. Point of note, they both are sporting epic beards, right? Right. As is only suitable. And I believe that is it. So thank you everybody for the amazing fan art. Great work as usual. And huge, huge congrats to Legs and Cranius for their upcoming nuptials. Excellent news. Slurm King is sharing something on Wowhead. Let's check it out. Oh, he's talking about that quest with the title. He says that it's temporary, and it's for the 2013 Brewfest. Ends October 6th, and the title is Slayer of Stupid, Incompetent, and Disappointing Minions. Thanks for sharing that, my friend. It's always good to have some context with that. Have Cranius on the show, says Ghoulbreath. I've asked him to come on. For those of you who don't know, he actually lives really close to me. We've had dinner a few times. And I've asked him to come on. And for his own reasons, he hasn't come on. Mainly because he doesn't always like mixing his personal life with his machinima life. Like, he really loves sitting down and cranking out these wonderful machinima masterpieces. But he doesn't necessarily like being an actual personality. And that's completely, fine. To each their own. They all have their different ways of working with the fans. So he is a creator. He is an auteur. Not necessarily a bearded gent who sits in front of a camera and smokes cigars every week. There's places for both, right? Oh, I'm a cute little hardcore kitten, says Oxhorn. The title is from Blackwing Descent. You actually saw a Brewfest advertisement. Well, these are small things to pick on, right? Esmer64 says, what is that? I hear of a book? Indeed, you are probably talking about The Tale of Cloran Hastings, my young adult fantasy swashbuckling novel set in a world that I created, taking place at sea, where the heroes defeat monsters and face adversaries that only the brave could ever deal with. Available for a low price of $. On the internet at cloranhastings.com. All proceeds go to the growth of my beard. That's my plug for the day. Poor Jody, she's actually working on dinner right now, so having to juggle the boy in one arm and dinner on the other is probably not very nice, so hopefully I'm not in trouble after the show. Shawarma says, Gavin, stage right. No, he's not there right now. I think she's gone and taken him to another room. Slurm King says, a Brewfest machinima seems like an Oxhorn-worthy idea. I know that you're done with them, though. Well, I kind of touched on that a little bit when I made We Three Dwarves. 3 dwarves enjoying their beer, singing about we 3 dwarves of Ironforge drank until our bellies engorged. So there's that. If you haven't seen that one yet, it's as close to a Brewfest machinima movie that I've come. Ninja Voss says, wait, Oxhorn, would you be the 12th Doctor if you were asked? Yes, of course. Look, the last guy had a bow tie. That's pretty great. Can't go wrong with bow ties. And I don't know what the others had. One had a scarf. Scarves are great. So, of course, the next one needs to have a bowler and a beard. Has there been a bearded doctor yet in Doctor Who? I don't think so. It's time. Holy Cow Kill Theory says, did you or did you not have Jesse Cox as a voice of one of the dwarves? I did. Jesse Cox has been good enough to do voice acting in many of my movies. He did the voice of a hippie elf in Thunk Leaves Home. And he did a voice of the dwarf in We Three Dwarves. And he actually did the voice of the narrator in my commercial for The Tale of Cloran Hastings, the video that I made for it. So yeah, he's been a staunch supporter of Oxhorn brand movies for quite some time. William Moore says, Dear Oxhorn, you should find a book on pipes and tobacco to read during the show. That reminds me, I actually have a few books that I could use. And I have a book on class by a guy named Fussell, which I just finished during my flight to and from Amsterdam. An amazing book, and that's actually the next book that I really want to read on the show. I need to give this kid like a bubble pipe or something to entertain him with. Anyway, Class by Fussell, that's going to be the next book that I read on the show. Has all sorts of great insight for anybody who wants to learn how the class system in America works. People in America tend to think there really is no class system because we don't have these, age after age hierarchies and aristocracies or whatever. And yet there is indeed class in America. And class is usually discovered based on how you act and the words that you speak and how you dress, not necessarily who your father was. So. Jonathan says, Oxhorn, can Elizabeth and I get a shout out for our 5-year anniversary tomorrow? Hey, 5 years, my friend. Congratulations to Jonathan and Elizabeth on their 5-year anniversary tomorrow. May there be another 5, 10, maybe 15, or even 80 more years after that. William Moore on Twitch says, and hold on, I have to scotch up for this. The year is 1891. After a long day in the coal mines, I've made enough money to buy my way out of the mining company. Tomorrow, at 2:05, when the stagecoach arrives, me and my family head off to a better life in the New West. Sounds like a hopeful fellow, that gent. Traveling off west to make a new name for himself and his family. Being rid of coal mining forever. It's a noble deed, a noble profession. Oh, Kim Slaw says, so I just found your channel, and to have me fellow, what is your Scotch of choice? There are many different Scotches that I drink here on the program. I tend to default to Scoresby because it is affordable at $11 a bottle. And as far as blended Scotches go, it's decent. However, a fan bought us this bottle. And this is what we're consuming today. A 12-year single malt Glenfiddich. Glenfiddich is probably my favorite Scotch. I know it's kind of peaty, and people say that it's like putting your mouth in a campfire, but it's still one of my favorite Scotches. Speaking of which, if you would like to donate to the show, you could send us cigars, like Mr. Vogel recently did, or you could submit via PayPal. Just look down below the player. You're going to see a submit via PayPal donate button. And donate a few dollars towards our cigar fund or towards the Scotch fund. Keep the show going. Our fuel is Scotch and cigars. Steph Sarch says, I might buy you a Glenfiddich, Oxhorn. You, good sir, would have my good graces if you did that. You would be the champion of the day if you bought me a new bottle of Glenfiddich, just as Mr. Vogel is the champion of the day today for buying me a classy cigar. Well, I'm a cute little hardcore kitten says, Dear Oxhorn, where and how might I be able to buy your original copy of your book? If it is handwritten, then all the better. I do not need it signed. I just need the original copy. The copy to rule them all, he says. Well, I do have an original copy, and it's not for sale for obvious reasons. I need to be able to prove that I actually am the author of my own novel. But I didn't write it by hand. I did write the entire book with a keyboard. So there's no handwritten copy, although I do have all of the saved original files of my book. Do you ever smoke weed? Serious question, asks the gladiator. Yes, it must be a serious question. I get it quite often, and everyone who asks is really intently curious about whether or not I smoke weed. The answer is no, I do not smoke weed. It's legal here in Washington where I live, so I'm not going to sit here and say that it's a sin or it's morally wrong. It's just not something I'm personally interested in, and so I prefer to stay with the classy cigar. That is my personal preference. Oh, here we go. It's frequently asked questions times from Ghoulbreath. Are you Jewish? Do you smoke weed? Are you Amish? Where is hat? Yeah, I really should make an FAQ section of the site. There's no shame if you ask those questions. I realize there are new people to the show, so if you ask those questions, do not feel ashamed. We all have to go through the rite of passage, and apparently the rite of passage here at Scotch and Smoke Rings is to ask whether or not I have smoked weed, or I'm Jewish, or Amish. Oh, Lepidus of Runetotem says Wolfenstein is my DeviantArt name. Gotcha. It makes sense now. It's all coming together. Yeah, no, thank you for submitting your fan art. Makes sense. Storm King says, it is the Oxhorn! Let us all praise! Well, you don't need to necessarily go that far, my good friend, but I don't mind a little adulation where appropriate. And you know what? I forgot to promote the show on my social networks. We've got 60 some odd people, and I didn't even tweet it out. So that's impressive. And I had it all ready to go and everything. Here we go. Hold on a second. Send now. There we go. Okim's Lol says, so where else is he getting these questions from? I'm really confused, as this is my first time here. Great question. The answer is that I've got two chats going on. The chat you're typing in is my Twitch TV chat, and the other chat is at scotchandsmokerings.com. I've got a chat box there. People go to scotchandsmokerings.com every week to watch the show, and I'm reading from both chats at the same time. Lepidus says, Oxhorn, Gavin is behind you. I realize that. He's behind me, and he's crying because he wants attention. I got to figure out a way to deal with this, because I'm doing the show, and my beautiful wife is working on dinner. Chizbolt says, Oxhorn, what is your opinion of Stetsons and Fedoras? So I've never been fond of cowboy hats. I'll just go ahead and say that. Stetsons are a famous brand for cowboy hats. They've got the famous 10-gallon hat and so forth. Now, cowboy hats look great on other people. I don't think they look very good on me, and I probably wouldn't wear one. But then again, I'm not from the South. So if I were from the South, who knows, maybe I would think that was classy. Now, fedoras, on the other hand, are tricky, because I do personally like the fedora. However, I think most people can't pull off a fedora. I think many people trying to go for the very youthful hipster fedora with the very short brim, and it's kind of pointed down, and it's way flat up here in the back. Those are not necessarily classy. A classic fedora is a classic fedora. Just Google any photo of Don Draper wearing a fedora, and you're going to see how a fedora should be worn. So if you can pull off a fedora, then great. I do think that fedoras are great. Very classy. Tycoon64 says, Oxhorn, do you think the Deep Below or the Rise of the Legion will be the next World of Warcraft expansion? Which one would you rather be released? The next expansion, I think, is going to be Oxhorn, Overlord of All. And Garrosh Hellscream will be my footstool. I happen to know some people at Blizzard. I'm on the inside. This is going to happen. So, get your gaming fingers ready, ladies and gentlemen. Make some awesome macros, because the next expansion, Oxhorn, Lord of Everything, will be at your doorstep soon. Storm King says, Oxhorn and the Invisible Pink Unicorn Demons. That would be a good one. I would lend my voice for the voice acting in that. Okay, Ninja of WoW has a great question. Pay attention, everybody. Here it is. Hey, Akram, I'm about to ask my girlfriend to marry me soon. I got it all set up. I'll be proposing to her at a Halloween party, which theme is a murder mystery. She is the murderer, and I will ask when I am handcuffing her. What do you think? Is it classy or not? I think it depends on your friends. I actually think that's very romantic. Although, I mean, so you're cuffing your girlfriend, and then you turn around and you're like, by the way, will you marry me? I mean, she could always say, if you unhandcuff me, maybe, something like that. Here's what I would do. I would wait and not put the handcuffs on her first, and instead of putting the handcuffs on her, maybe slip the box in her hand that has the ring in it, and then as she, pulls her hand around to take a look at it, you get down on one knee, and she opens it, and she gasps, and then she turns at you, and then you say, will you marry me? Maybe something like that, right? Shawarma says, handcuffing the wife, yeah, that'll go over well. Right, so there are some certain problems with handcuffing your potential mate for life that might not play over well. However, it really depends on the humor of your friends. Maybe there are inside jokes, I don't know. But no, I don't necessarily think it's an unclassy way. It's certainly going to be memorable. So I think you're on a great path, my friend. Keep on going. And kudos to you for wanting to get engaged to begin with. Many people don't even bother with that anymore. William Moore says he would crush all but the Horde and the Dwarves in WoW if he was ever War Chief. Indeed, I would flay the elves and hang their skins from the walls of Orgrimmar. And even though I wouldn't destroy all the dwarves, because I kind of have a fondness for them due to their beards, I'd probably make them slaves or valets in Orgrimmar. Oh, okay. Greg McLovin Hartung says, Oxhorn, the fan art piece, Zukio Wolfenstein is actually Lepidus' DeviantArt account. And Elbow Eben Locke is what we hoped you would lend your aid in voicing for our machinima, which we are close to finishing. Gotcha. The dots are connected. It all makes sense now. Thank you for that, and sorry for any confusion. I look forward to your script. Jacob B says, evening, Oxhorn. It's been quite some time since I've gotten the chance to stop by, and sadly, I can't stick around. Ox, good night, and good night, everybody. Stay classy, folks, until next time. Thanks for stopping by to say hi, Jacob. See you next time. I'm a cute little hardcore kitten says, Oxhorn's evil twin, Cow Tusk. Burning Dragon 91 says they want to make new models for all of the old races. Maybe they should take Oxhorn's beard for the dwarfs. There you go. They could cast it, right? A plaster mold of Oxhorn's beard. They've been talking about reskinning the old races for quite some time. And I hope they actually do it. It's going to be partly sad to see all of the old models go by the wayside. After all, I used all of the old models for my machinima, and I'm very familiar with them, and it'll be sad to see them go. But in terms of just, keeping the game up to date and making it competitive, at least in the way it looks, with modern games, I definitely think that's probably a good thing. All right, we got our first Yobo in the chat. Steph Sarch says, Yobo, grow a beard. That's right. You'll only beard once, ladies and gentlemen. That is the new classy way of saying Yobo. Speaking of hashtags, did any of you see the Jimmy Fallon, Justin Timberlake hashtag skit where they used hashtags in real life? And they're like, hashtag I'm speaking now. Hashtag I just turned left. Hashtag I'm sitting on a couch, etc. Yeah, hashtags. Improperly used, I do think. Great question. William Moore says, Oxhorn, do you have a favorite blend of pipe tobacco that you use? I just recently discovered my favorite blend of pipe tobacco, and it's this. Virginia No. 1. I've gone through maybe, half a dozen or so different blends, probably close to a dozen, I think. And this is by far my favorite. It's a mellow blend. It's not an English blend. English blends tend to be richer and maybe a little dry. Which I like. I do like English blends, but this one is not. It's not sweet, but it's smooth. It's definitely got a smooth consistency. And I just like the way that the individual bits of tobacco feel. They're very moist and spongy in the hand. So that is now my favorite blend of tobacco. All right, Miramax asked what radio we are listening to, and thank you, Steph Sarch, for answering. It is Radio Dismuke, a free radio station that we enjoy. Slurm King says, I'm 17 and I yobo, and I got a decent beard. Congratulations to you, sir, on being 17 and having such a magnificent beard. I get many people who come to my beard website, growbeardnow.com, and they'll post comments on the beard pills page and the beard serum pages. And they bewail the fact that their genetic cocktail just doesn't allow them to grow a whole and complete beard. Pardon me. And that really is a tragedy. I do pity the fellow who grows a patchy beard. But thankfully, the technology has crept up to meet the standards of 2013. And if you are having a hard time growing a beard, just go to growbeardnow.com. You'll find everything you need to know. William Moore says, is that blend on scotchandsmokerings.com? It's not, mainly because I'm having a hard time finding blends of tobacco that you can actually sell on Amazon or other major web portals like that. I know you can purchase tobacco from, websites that are designed specifically to sell tobacco, but I can't find any on Amazon or eBay. I'll keep looking, though. ThunderGuy91 asks a pertinent question. He asks, so Brandon, have you stored any of your lunch or dinner in your beard, for later? Well, yeah, that's just my habitual use of the beard. I have a pouch under here, made entirely of beard hair, and this is where I keep snacks for later. I tend not to show it off very often, but it's nicely hidden deep within the recesses of my mane, and that is my snack satchel. NickZilla24 says, I only know you from an MOP YouTube video. Well, good sir, I'm glad you saw my Mists of Pandaria YouTube video. I have a few of them. You should go to Oxhorn.com, where you can watch all of my machinima movies. I have like 60 of them there. Just go to the movies section and scroll on down and browse to your heart's desire through years and years of animated movie-making class. RJ Teddy Bear says, hey there, Oxhorn, long time no see. Pleasure to see you again, good sir. Burning Dragon 91 says, have you ever wrestled a bear? I haven't, but I have wrestled a werebear. When I was young and in the Boy Scouts, I was in the middle of the Pacific Northwest, and we were hunting down the humble Sasquatch, when we chanced upon a giant grizzly, and its eyes glowed green and its mouth dripped with honey. And it attacked me, and it did actually scratch me right here with its jaw. It tried to bite me. And I managed to tear it in half with my bare arms, but not before its venom entered my my bloodstream. And it was then that I started to grow the masterful beard that you see before you today. So, I'll try and figure out that formula and package it in pill form for everybody. But until then, enjoy the beard. Tycum says the snack satchel in my beard is a 24-bag slot. Yeah. Where is Kevin? Says holy cow kill. I'm so sorry. He is right here. He's been hiding. I have yet to tack him up to the wall there, but here's Kevin. He is enjoying life as a strip of bacon, as would any strip of bacon. I can't imagine a strip of bacon not enjoying life as bacon. But here he is, and he says hello, and he's covered in ash. Let's clean you up, Kevin. ThunderGuy91 says, Brandon don't need no hands to rip bears in half. He uses his arms. Yes, my elbows specifically. I just kind of went rip. Kazi777 says, farewell from the humble United Kingdom. I have thoroughly enjoyed the class on display here tonight. Sleep well, oh mighty bearded one. Thank you for coming, good sir. I hope to see you next week. HT Star says, did he say Kevin Bacon was being an ash? Yes, and earlier I do think I burnt an ash hole into him. You gotta be careful when bacon is lying around your office. Alright, we're getting different show segments being requested. All right. Did we do a request on the Scotch and Smoke Rings Facebook page for a rap song? Let me go check it, and if not, I'll just do Songify to satiate the masses. Nope, there's no rap song being voted on quite yet. So. Maybe I'll save that for next week, unless I forget. But we do have Songify. And what we can do is we can Songify the chat. So get your cleverest little quips ready, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to make some art together. I should probably pause my radio. Okay. So, for those who don't know, we have an app on our phone that produces auto-tuned music for all of us. It's called Songify. It's a great little app. I have no stock in the company. I just like it, and we're doing it as a segment of the program. So, I will read the two different chats that I have up on my screen as you guys type, and hopefully we can make something interesting together. So, type things that are interesting, and we will start recording in 3, 2, 1. Tap dat ash in dat ashy ashtray while singing about ashtrays. He is his beard. What does a fox say? Oh. We three dwarves of Ironforge drink until our bellies engorge. The year is 1932. The Great Depression is looming. I can still remember the food lines. Oh, wait, that was yesterday's supermarket food line. Go, 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 Gavin, get through that door. Hashtag Yobo. He who cannot be named, he who shall not be named, must not be named. Kevin, Kevin, Kevin. Everybody get up. It's time to slam now. I'm hunting werebears with a bacon rifle. His beard can only bear 3 beers at a time. Hashtag grow beards. Bacon buffet futawa. Beards are the key. A beard is only as mighty as the bear from with it cames. I do believe he meant from whence it came. LOL, I'm go what the good Dairy Queen BBQ. LOL, I'm go what the good Dairy Queen BBQ. Greg and Lip drug an ox to do voice acting against his will. One more thought of the day to chase one's dream. Go to bed. And we are done. All right, let's see what we have made, everybody.
In that ashy ashtray, while singing about ashtrays, he is his beard. What does a fox say? We three dwarves of Ironforge drink until our bellies engorge. The year is 1932, the Great Depression is looming. I can still remember the food lines. Oh wait, that was yesterday's supermarket food line. Go, 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 Gavin, get through that door. Hashtag YOLO. He who cannot be named, he who shall not be named, must not be named. Kevin, Kevin, Kevin. Everybody get up. It's time to slam now. I'm hunting werewolves with a big rifle. This beard can only bear 3 beers at a time. Hashtag beards. Bacon buffet for tomorrow. Beards are the key. Beard is only as mighty as the bear.
All right, so there we go. That was our latest musical creation. I love it when a community can come together and their artistic abilities combined produces something unique that has never before been seen on the face of this bright earth. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Bottoms up. Merrimack says it's like GLaDOS' friendly brother is singing. Deaky123 says, are you outside? No, I am inside my class cave, which is also known as like the plant porch. Yeah, it's kind of encased on all sides by walls, but no, I am not outside. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this. Due to the wind, of course. ThunderGuy91 says, but Ox, you missed Kittens in Mind. Kind of tag teamed that right there. Sorry. I couldn't read them all. I've got 2 chats, and we have over 90 people in the chat, and I'm trying to read as many as I can. Do you want me to do it again, ladies and gentlemen? If you want it done again, say so in the chat, and we'll do it again. Ox, the Queen of Hearts is looking at me funny. Do something, says Slim Bean. There. Now it's not. Alright, the Queen of Hearts can now look at you. I'm tired of holding up my arm. Burning Dragon 91 says it's almost 5 a.m. What time is it where you're at, Oxhorn? It's almost 8 p.m. for me. I'm down. Yes. One more time. Mass cheers for it again. Alright. Let's do it one more time. So get your classiest and cleverest sentences ready, and we will combine them as artistically as we can into Songify. Let me name this one. What one was that one? Let's call that Ash Hole. Yeah, I have all of the ones we've ever done right here. I have a long list of them. I should probably upload them sometime. All right, let's do a new one. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Dear Ox, will Kevin ever have a cigar, brother? Steph Sarch is ill, but dedicated for the second time today. Turkey, turkey, turkey for everyone. What a waste of valuable gigabytes. Meow. Wait, Oxhorn wrote a mighty tome. Fantastic, Turkey. E equals MC square. Don't diss the beard. It will kill you, 'cause we need our love to fight the evil. The Queen of Hearts is still staring at me. Who of the who to the who, for 'tis he of who should not be named. Songify if I do, songify if I don't. You shall not class Russian bride ads. Broad-chested women. I'm sailing on a tobacco boat. Here's a beard that has no fear, so I drink Scotch, so they won't think I'm a classy lady. Cortana says you're Greek, so shove these lyrics up your patootie. Banana-na, Batman. Who, what, where, how, we're on a mission from God. Zug Zug is in command here. Bow before it, lest you wish to be destroyed. Bring Scotch, Doctor Who, yes. Let's all get down, let's all get funky. We shall rock all night and rock all day. Tap dancing on bacon rainbows. Slide in Scotch Gatsby. Don't know me 'cause I'm hot. Exterminate, I am your Warcraft. Ruffled Beards, Omega BB the Q. And scene. Let's see what we have.
Dear Ox, will Kevin ever have a cigar, brother? Steph Sarge is ill, but dedicated for the second time today. Turkey, turkey, turkey for everyone. What a waste of valuable gigabytes. Meow. Wait, Oxhorn wrote a mighty tone, fantastic jerky. E equals MC square. Don't diss the beard, it will kill you, 'cause we need our love to fight. The evil Queen of Hearts is still staring at me. Who of the who to the who, for 'tis he of who should not rename sonify, find him sonify, find out. You shall not, dear Ox, will Kevin ever have a cigar, brother? Steph Sarge is ill, but dedicated for the second time today. Turkey, turkey, turkey for everyone. What a waste of valuable gigabytes. Meow. Wait, Oxhorn wrote a mighty tone, fantastic jerky. E equals MC square. Don't diss the beer, it will kill you, 'cause we need our love.
All right, I think that one was a success, ladies and gentlemen. The meow kind of killed it there. So good call, everybody. Good call. Rage King 49 says, I have not watched Scotch and Smoke Rings for 3 years. Holy crap. Well, good sir, I'm so glad that you are back. We had our 4-year anniversary a few months ago. So this show has been going on for quite some time. In fact, this is episode 218, I do believe. That's a lot of weeks. And I have yet to miss a week. I suppose you could say that I missed a week when I was in Amsterdam, but at least I got up on the roof of a building and recorded something so that we could have at least a placeholder there. So almost without missing a week, ladies and gentlemen, almost. Chocobo Templar says, I will love and tolerate the flack out of anyone for this song. Love and tolerate are two very distinct things, I think. But hey, I should probably upload these to my website, shouldn't I? Maybe embed them on the page so that people can go through and enjoy them again. Hashtag Red Snappa from William Moore. Takecom64 says, be right back, watching every Scotch and Smoke Rings from the past 4 years. Awesome. That's an excellent hobby. I actually did the math once. I mean, so it's only been like 218 episodes. That's 218 hours, basically, because each show is 1 hour long. Divide that by 24, and you've got the amount of days straight it would take to watch every single episode I've ever recorded. Twist and Fool says, it looks like you're in a fallout shelter. Maybe I am. Take'em64 says, how many episodes? I'll do the math. This is the 218th episode. Some of the episodes were a little over an hour, and some were under by a little bit. So the math won't quite work out, but it's somewhere around there. And I'm a cute little hardcore kitten has it. 9 days for 216 one-hour episodes. Wow. 9 days straight. Anyone have 2 weeks to just sit and watch all the old episodes of Scotch and Smoke Rings? All right. Tycom64 says 908. Ha! Smoke ship, that's right. Smoke ship time. For those who don't know, at the end of every episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, we blow into existence a smoke ship made from my smoke and your ship ideas. So, what will it be this week? Is it a ship schooner? Is it a submarine? Is it maybe a hot air balloon? I don't know. You know. What are your best ideas? And I will do my very best to pull a Gandalf and create something majestic. All right. Ninja of WoW says Oxhorn eating bacon, covered bacon, and drinking a tasty scotch while exploring Pandoria on a cruise ship with Beanstalk, Ghoulbreath, Ninja of WoW, Hardcore Kitten, Kevin Bacon, and Baldox killing Gara shall scream. Ninja Vav says, Oxhorn eating bacon-covered bacon and drinking... Oh, I just read that one. But he continues, Garrosh Hellscream and putting his head on a pike. Mortus songify how much he loves Lacey, and HT Star and Staghorn are eating giant pecan pies. Wow. That is intense. Dragon XL says, you crazy. But wait, we're all crazy in our own way. Yeah, this is, you are noticing human nature, my friend. Holy Cow Kill 3 says, Oxhorn and Staghorn riding a giant cigar smoking Kevin, punching the Queen of Hearts in the face in a field of the Tale of Cloran Hastings. The field of battle. Autumn says, Oxhorn on a fantasy space cruise where there are millions of fun-sized candy bars floating in space, and not far in the distance, Oxhorn can see an army of flying saucers shooting lasers down at Teldrassil. And obliterating the elves below. William Moore says, Oxhorn, Staghorn, and Mortus in a giant floating pie tin, flying around downtown Seattle, destroying all the hippie anti-bacon protests, and replacing them with we eat flesh stands. I like this one. Ox, Stag, and Mortus and an army of Murlocs storm the evil hippie hideout in a Scotch-fueled Zeppelin with bacon pitchforks and cigar torches, so they can rid the world of all pandas, gnomes, and night elves. Death98 says, and broad-chested women on my airship with blackjack and whiskey. That's a Bender reference for those who don't. Okay. Wow, I'm behind here. Chiz Bolt says, a bacon airship with bearded Oxhorn decapitating hippie elves with gore howl while using Garrosh as a chair and Mort poning ganking low-level humans from Westfall. Goldbreath says, a bacon-covered Scotch-coated ironclad boat sailing through a sea of panda pizzas as the fans play Hearthstone with Oxhorn and drink Scotch and all smoke egg Maduros. They're excellent. But, Steph Sarge says, Oxhorn, his family, and all of his fans on a very overcrowded blue fishing yacht celebrating Bean's bachelor party and the fans' weddings and anniversaries, all eating panda pizzas. Rage King 149 says, I remember Smoke Ship, dang. I have some feels. I have too many feels, Oxhorn. Too many feels. I wish I could play Hearthstone. A big stream of nostalgia coming your way, my friend. Shawarma says, I get the feeling I'm on the ignore list tonight. Shawarma, see? My good friend, you're never on the ignore list. I always pay ample attention to you, so don't start that now. Goldbreath says, a bacon-covered Scotch-coated ironclad boat. Wait, I already read that one. All right. Goldbreath says, Loranicus, that's my smoke ship, Loranicus. Did Loranicus steal your idea? I'd sure hate to see that. Shawarma says, Ox and Staghorn discussing the merits of fuzzy handcleft marriage proposals, while Gavin leads the Siege of Orgrimmar in the background. That would be an interesting conversation. I'd pay money to sit down and hear that debate. I really would. Slim Bane says, Ox, play Hearthstone, please. Let me text the missus and see how dinner's coming. If I have time, I might, but I probably don't have time. Alright, but I gotta pick a smoke ship. Oh, Gavin, he's ready. There's a ghost behind me. Yes, my house is haunted by a 17-month-old. 17-month-old. How is my child doing? Asks Rage King. He's doing very well. He is healthy. As you can tell behind me, he's kicking up a storm back there. Alright. These are all so good. It's really hard for me to choose. Goodness, it's so hard to choose. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do William Moore's, because I did like the erecting of We Eat Flesh stands. So here we go. Time for William's Smoke Ship. Pay close attention, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are.
gal around the block. No man's gonna double who gets anything from me.
Wow! Whew! It was there for a brief moment. If you blinked, you missed it. But for the briefest of moments before your very eyes were Oxhorn, Staghorn, and Mortus in a giant floating pie tin flying around downtown Seattle, destroying all of the hippie anti-bacon protests and replacing them with what? We eat flesh stands. As is suitable. I'd probably get arrested for a hate crime if I did something like that. Probably not legitimately. I don't even know. Yeah, Rage King 194 says that he saw it. Yeah, I know it's hard to see. It really is, but it happens. All right, let me call the missus and see if she's all right.
I'm peculiar of the kind of man I see. For he must be real strong, 'cause I am all so weak. No man is gonna get me. I'm telling you, Joe, this stuff.
Hey, baby. So I've got the fans here, and they're wanting to play Hearthstone, but I'm calling you to find out if I have enough time.
I want a real good man to keep me
Is it? All right, baby. I will close up shop.
down. I want him by
See you soon. Bye-bye.
I'm a stationary woman.
That's right. In 2013, we phone call each other when we're just in the next room. That's just how we do it here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, dinner is done. It is ready for me. I'm having hobo pockets tonight. Have you ever had hobo pockets? That's when you put a whole bunch of beef and vegetables and stew in tinfoil. You throw it in the oven or on some fireplace coals and just let it simmer. Oh, so great. So that is what I'm looking forward to, ladies and gentlemen. But sadly, that means that I cannot play Hearthstone with you tonight. Maybe later. We do have recordings of Hearthstone up on scotchandsmokerings.com, so knock yourself out. Thank you very much for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, ladies and gentlemen. One more smoke ring before we head out. Or four. And be sure, my friends, as always, to stay classy.